I have this moment where I kind of take stock of my life, and I am about to star in this movie, Zathura. They're paying me a ton of money. People recognize me at the airport. I'm doing everything I had dreamt of doing for 30 years. It all came true. And I am the least happy I've ever been in my life. I'm closest to not wanting to be alive ever, as I've ever been. And I have every single thing on paper that I wanted. And that was a very weird, I feel grateful for this, because I was able to say, oh, something much more profound is broken. Because up to then, I could tell myself, well, if I had money, I wouldn't need to do this. If I was doing the thing I wanted to do, that would solve everything.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us proceed through life thinking we would be happy if. We would have self-esteem if. We would know contentment if. And those are illusions that most people don't get to find out are illusions. If you would my whole life, if I had $1 million, like, do you know how I would feel if I had $1 million? Do you know what my life would be like with $1 million? Well, I had $1 million and I couldn't get on a flight to fly 35 minutes. And I was like, oh, it's none of those things.
My name is Nick Offerman, and I make things. I make people laugh, and I make things out of wood. When you make things, you are engaging a part of the human brain that I think a lot of us let lie fallow. To me, that creates depression. When I go to an audition, for example, and they insult me or they make me cry somehow, which happens more often than you might think, I go straight to my shop and I make something because immediately, within a few minutes, I say, okay, those guys are jerks. They don't know what handsome is. And I'm just thinking about making this walnut look beautiful. And that's where the health kicks in. Now, turn it like this. And it makes me more calm. It makes me feel like I'm more in control. And so I absolutely think that making is a form of therapy. Spoons are a fun thing to make with green wood, which is wood that hasn't been cured. I feel like in this day and age, there's a sort of helplessness. We've become soft. And I think that everybody can make something. There's a lot of ways to achieve every step. If you pull a piece of paper out of the printer and fold it in half and draw a heart on it and write I love you, it doesn't matter if it sucks. The point is the person receiving that gesture says, you thought enough of me to spend the time to make this, rather than just buy something at the drugstore. That's an indescribable sense of satisfaction, because that means that you're living. You're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. And I think that's such a beautiful mentality, because these are all things we make with our hands, by which our lives are enlarged. To me, that, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world.